Hey, Dan here, and I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like there are too many opportunities, too many options, that you almost want to believe in reincarnation because it's the only way you'd possibly ever be able to accomplish all the things you want to do in your life? I'm guessing if you're here that spending the next 30 years of your life working for a faceless corporation is not exactly in the cards. And I know that if you're here, you value experiences, connections, and making memories more than just a paycheck. That sure, you'd like to get paid well, you'd like to have a good life and a nice lifestyle, but what you earn does not define you. And ultimately, there are more important things to you for your life than just how much you get paid or what your job title is. And if you're here, you're probably not already living the life you want. And why is that? And if you're here on this page, you're probably not already living the life you want. And why is that? Well, I can't say for sure in your situation, but after having worked with hundreds of people and interacted with thousands of students and viewers on YouTube or listeners to my podcast, I do have a theory on why most people aren't living the life they really want. The first reason is that we're social creatures. We're hardwired to seek acceptance and validation from the people around us. Now, in some cases, this can be great. If everyone around you shares similar values and similar goals to you, that peer group and that pressure can lead to incredible results. But I'm guessing if you grew up anywhere like I did, you've had any kind of experiences like I've had, then probably the people around you right now do not share your same values. They're not looking to create the same kind of life you do. That does not stop them from putting pressure on you to live the way they're living, to accept their kind of life. And the second reason I think many people fail to create the life they really want is simply a lack of knowledge. And I'm not talking about the kind of knowledge you learn in university. In fact, sometimes the most educated people are the most indecisive and inactive when it comes to actually designing the life or doing anything in the real world. I'm talking about three specific kinds of knowledge. Number one is self-knowledge, the knowledge of who you are, what you're good at, and what you really want from life. Number two is general knowledge, knowledge of the opportunities available to you. I don't know about you, but when I grew up, I knew of like a dozen jobs at most, and that's what I assumed you could do as a living. I didn't know any artists, I didn't know any entrepreneurs, I didn't know any people with really radical, interesting careers. I assumed the basics. You can work in marketing, you can be an accountant, you can be a consultant or a doctor or a lawyer and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that was not exactly what I had in mind for my life, but I didn't even know what else was possible. At this point, having talked with so many different people, having lived in 7 different countries, I can tell you there are thousands of possible career or business options for you, many of which I'm sure are more suited to you than what you currently believe is available and what you see as your potential options. Now, at this point, having lived in 7 countries and talked to thousands of people pretty much everywhere in the world, I can tell you there are more like thousands of options for your career or business. And I can almost guarantee there are options for you much better suited than anything you've considered so far that you haven't even considered, because how would you even know about it? And this brings us to the third kind of knowledge, specific knowledge. It might seem insane, but a lot of people decide to become a lawyer because they liked an episode of Law and Order, and they've never actually spoken to a lawyer about what it's like to be a lawyer. People may study psychology and plan to be a psychologist without ever having actually met a psychologist. I've talked to many people who invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in school to become an architect or a lawyer or an accountant, only to realize that it's not really the career they wanted, but they didn't know what the day-to-day of that job would actually be like. So that specific knowledge is getting to know the ins and outs, the details of a profession or business before you actually start it, so you can figure out if the reality of the day-to-day is actually aligned with you and what you want for your life. Now, let's not dwell on the negative too much here. I think we can both agree that making a bad career or business choice, or just no decision at all, can be very expensive. Whether we're talking about college debt, lost income, or lost years, taking time now to get clear on what it is you really want, to develop a plan and to take action, must be a priority in your life. That's why I created this program. For longer than I can remember, I've been helping people get clear on what they actually want from life, and to overcome that fear and harness the courage to actually take action and do something different than everyone around them perhaps expects of them. Since as long as I can remember, I've been helping people figure out what they really want in life and summon the courage to make it happen. And if you're curious, yes, I've been doing this professionally since 2013 as part of my business and coaching practice. At this point, having worked with hundreds of people and having taught tens of thousands, I know without a doubt that it is possible for you to find a business or profession that is aligned with your passions, your personality, and your past, so that you have the freedom to do all the things you love and be there for the people you love. And last but certainly not least, to overcome the fear and doubt and to get that courage to take action on your plan and to follow through and not turn back until you've created this life. I created this program to give you the clarity, the courage, and the knowledge to figure out what it is you want, to design your ultimate life, and to take action and actually turn it into reality. All the details of the program are below on the page. All that's left is for you to decide to take action. I've included a 100% risk-free guarantee, so there really is nothing you can lose. And ultimately now it's up to you to decide if you want to take action and do something different. If you want to put your trust in me and give this program a try and see if perhaps you can uncover some knowledge and courage that you didn't even know was there and take the next step towards designing the life you really want.